Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. This is the broad spectrum reading for all signs for the week of Sunday the 22nd through Saturday the 28th of August. It is not solely set for that date. If you're watching this at a different time outside of that date range, that's fine. You might be ready for the message. It might be finding you when it needs to. This is a broad spectrum reading, so it's sort of like take what you need and leave the rest. I will speak in broad terms, trying to reach as many people as possible. Each card will represent for a day or two. So you may experience all of these cards and then some, or maybe just only one of these cards. It really is depending on what sort of a trajectory you're on and also what you're focusing on, right? So, but this just lets you know kind of where things are at and what's out there and available to you or could potentially be going on around you. Please check out the drop-down menu on any of my dailies and read all the information in there, just because it gives you ways of getting in touch with me if you need, or if you want to book a private reading. It tells you what decks I use. Also, it gives you a little bit of insight as to how I want you to utilize my readings in your life. And so please check that out. If you're interested in supporting the channel, thumbs up is a great way to do it. Just hit the thumbs up symbol underneath the video. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I go live. Leave me a question and comment. And also feel free to share the channel with any of your friends, in your social medias, in your groups, that wherever you think it would be appreciated. I would greatly appreciate that. So let's see what these cards want us to know today. So for the beginning of the week, we have the Ace of Wands. Let's hear it for new beginnings. We're kicking off the week with the Ace of Wands, which is a great card to start with. Wands is the element of fire, that of the spirit. It's about taking action, making decisions, moving forward with passion, with excitement. Aces are always about the focus on the self. Ideally, it should be about what is it that I want and how am I going to go about getting there, and actually not even like maybe hesitating on taking the movement or motion towards it, making the decisions that you need to make to start to begin to move forward. Aces usually represent sort of out of thin air kind of happenings, right? So it could be a new avenue or a new opportunity presents itself, or a new way to reach an opportunity that you were, previously contemplating, thinking about, deciding upon. Now is the time to sort of take action. Aces also have a lot of energy behind them, a lot of excitement, a lot of exuberance, and Wands certainly is that sort of fast-moving fire energy, right? It can be probably the fastest moving energy of the deck. So I would expect to be beginning out this week feeling rather energized, excited, optimistic, and open to new opportunities that come to us and ready to sort of jump on them. The Ace of Wands can indicate also a little bit of passion. If anybody's out there seeking some of that, it can indicate some of that for you too. So if you're feeling a little randy, or if you're maybe, seeking something in the love or passion department, that could potentially be showing up at your doorstep too, unexpectedly, through this Ace of Wands. So keep that in mind. Let's go to the midweek card. The midweek card, beautiful, is the Empress. Empress is associated with the planet Venus, which is closely associated with the sign of Taurus. But the Empress is about fertility. She could also be about love, to be honest. She could be about babies for some of you. Some of you might actually even be pregnant. She's usually the idea of, the creative idea or the theory of pregnancy, right? Sort of being ready to give birth to something new. And when we see that newness in the Ace of Wands previous to her, it could be, this might be, depending on the third card that we see for this week, this could be the project building week, if that makes any sense. Like, what is it that we want to nurture? What is it that makes our heart sing? What is it that makes us feel content, happy, whole, fulfilled? These are things that we would seek through these two cards, right? The Empress has a very nurturing aspect to her, very much mother-like, compassion. She has an appreciation of beauty and love. So there should be a very, for lack of a better word, And I don't mean this in a sexual way at all, but we should be very turned on these in the early part and midweek, right? As far as feeling connected, feeling inspired, feeling excited, feeling focused on the positive or the compassionate, feeling focused on what's working rather than what's not, seeing opportunities where maybe they weren't prior to now, right? The Empress is going to make those opportunities all the more real and valid, right? She's very much earth energy in the sense that she has a connection to nature, her environment. Can you not chew my shoes, please? Those are brand new shoes. Hey, bud. Gabriel, no. She's very connected to her environment. So she's about like sort of that, Venus is the planet of love, but also Taurus is the sign of like sort of physical pleasure, in my opinion, right? Taurians are very sort of lush creatures of like sort of physical pleasure through like food or sex or, even maybe exercise. They can also sort of really honor the body in that way. So I feel like this could be a really beautiful week for honoring not only our spirit at the beginning of the week, but also our physical experience in the midweek. Let's look to the third card. I love it. Wow. So we have the Queen of Cups. She is cups upon cups. She is emotion upon emotion, but in a very good way, right? The Queen of Cups is going to be a master of her emotions. So we have the spirit, the body, and the emotions, all kind of in very positive aspects this week. The Queen of Cups would indicate somebody, potentially for some of you, if it's somebody outside of you, it could indicate a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio energy. Can you let go of my shoe, please? I don't want you chewing on these. I gotta take them away from you. But if this is us, right? This is us sort of feeling our feelings, enjoying our feelings. See, it's that idea of being inspired at the beginning of the week and then feeling very like sort of compassionately connected in the midweek and creative. And then the good tidings and blessings that come with that emotionally towards the end of the week, right? I think that last week's reading was a little bit of a trial because we had that death card at the end of it. But this week feels like it's certainly fulfilling, certainly inspiring. And each one of you are going to be inspired by something different, some different type of goal, some different opportunity that you're going to want to make real, bring to fruition. But ultimately, in the end, you feel emotionally connected to it. You feel whole because of it. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like there's something where we're honoring the three aspects of self in a sort of interesting way. I guess the emotions would represent more the mental body in a way, because to me, the Ace of Wands would be our spirit. We have the mind, body, spirit connection. The body would be the Empress, and then the Cups, the Queen of Cups, would be sort of more the mind, but emotionally, through our mind, we're feeling good, we're feeling connected, we're feeling in control, like maybe even a master of our own emotions or how we feel. We're understanding what we focus on is what we get more of, right? We're embracing that, and then we're really channeling it or making it happen for us this week. Let's see what the second card says. Oh wow, here's that card again. 18, which is a 9, which is about coming to personal completions. Again, it's the card Confront. We've seen this 3 times this month. I think this is about, again, we have this man looking through the doorway, looking at his shadow self, looking at a part of himself that maybe he's wanted to keep hidden or not wanted to deal with. Now is the time to sort of sit with that, come to terms with that, nurture it, be compassionate towards it. What areas maybe do we feel shame, sadness, pain around? We need to sort of, confront them. Or confront sounds like such an aggressive word, but I don't feel like that's the case here. I feel like he's just sort of calmly facing whatever it was he didn't want to deal with within himself. And in doing so, I think that we open up doors or opportunities for ourselves on a much grander scale than we realize this week. And so we have to sort of make that commitment to doing this for ourselves through the act of consciously choosing it, right? What is the thing that we're maybe avoiding or not wanting to look at, not wanting to sit with? We need to address that and find the opportunity to sort of become more comfortable with it, because it will sort of release our spirit, release our body, and release our emotions. That in and of itself will help to heal the mind. So let's look for the grounding stone. And the grounding stone is on obsidian, which wards off negativity, and the word is remember. With this word, it's always about, sorry, there's a weird hair in there or something. This this word to me is always about not necessarily going back to the past, but remembering who we are at a deeper level, right? Remembering the part of our soul, that shadow that's behind that door underneath that moon in the confront card could be the very, it doesn't have to be a negative thing that we're avoiding, right? It could be a part of or an aspect of ourselves, our own spirit, that wants to come forth through these three cards this week. First, the Ace of Wands, then the Empress, then the Queen of Cups. Does that make sense? So in essence, we need to kind of ground and remember like who our spirit is, who we are at a deeper level, why we came here. I mean, I really do believe that we all came here to like sort of live life, of course, right, as spirit. But I also think that, maybe we came here to discover that aspect of ourselves, and then to really take pleasure in that discovery, and then in everything that goes on around us, even the things that we're not necessarily initially attracted to or enjoying. It all serves a purpose. It all has impact in some way that sort of evolves us, educates us. And so looking at it through these cards and sort of remembering maybe like who we are at a deeper level empowers us to understand not only who we are, but also how to better sort of create in our life, feel in our life, be inspired by our life. Does that make sense? And so I feel like all of those three cards there for this week are about touching base with that. And maybe it's these very touches through these three cards and these three energies that we end up having the ability to actually remember who we are, what we're worth, and what we deserve. It should be a really incredible week. This is a beautiful reading. I'm excited to see how this week unfolds. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the reading. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Share the reading out. Leave me questions, comments. I do read them all. I look forward to seeing how this energy builds this week, because it feels like it's going to be a really incredible week. That's what my gut is telling me as I'm looking at these cards. I'm sort of excited for all of us. I hope you guys have a wonderful day today, and I will see you guys later. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.